Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, so the first thing I am going to point out is that we did have a bearish day. All four of the indices, SPY, QQQ, IWM, DIA, they all had these bearish candlesticks with upper wicks. So that is not a good sign. We have a shooting star over here. We have an inverted hammer here. We have a shooting star over here, and IWM also has this shooting star candlestick. So things aren't looking the best, but I will also point out that today's candlestick at SPY QQ invalidated yesterday's hammer candlestick. So you have like a dragonfly doji candlestick, which is a bullish candlestick going on over here. And today, since you closed underneath that, you did invalidate that candlestick formation. You have the same going on over here on QQQ, just like that candlestick freaking invalidated this shooting star candlestick. So guys, we got traps all over the place. I'm just going to say right now, before we continue in this video, I don't think it's worth playing the indices right now. Let me point this out right here. All right, this is a weak support right here. All right, but even without this, let me just point this out. You are $3 on SPY away from the next major support, and if by the time you get here, if you break that, you're probably coming down here. All right, because you will now have a daily downtrend. You will have a lower high right here, followed by the lower low. That will not be the best look. If you break up here, you know that today was just a pit stop, but now you have a daily uptrend. All right. Or you could look at it as, just a 4-hour uptrend. I don't know. All right. Regardless, you're going to have that. You're going to have this low. You're going to have this high. You're going to have a low. And then we're going to have to see what happens with CPI tomorrow morning. Because if that does come in cool, you're probably going to get a big fat nasty gap up, considering you've had two that have came in hot, and then you have PPI that also came in hot. So if you relieve people's nerves here, you're probably coming above this level, and by that point, let's say you get right here, you're probably coming back into the supply zone. Now what happens there, I don't know, but if it's cool, you're probably going to break it, and they're probably going to be back off the races and fill this gap, and then probably come up here to 459. How many times can we say probably? I don't know. Count and let me know in the comments if you'd like. But yeah, things don't look the best. You had increasing volume on SPY and QQQ to support these bearish candlesticks. You got an inverted hammer candlestick right here, and you did close right at support, as you could see. You started getting your doji candlestick right there. But I will point out one thing that's pretty important about this chart is you broke this uptrend with this touch point, this touch point, this touch point, and now you slice through it. SPY is sitting right on its uptrend. So that is something to point out. I don't know what's going to happen with CPI, but it's either, technical is going to predict the news before things happen, or you're gonna slice through this thing. And what I mean by that is, okay, you start bouncing right there. Are you gonna get a major bounce off your support trend line? I don't know. All right, but it'd be pretty cool. Regardless, it's really gonna come down to what that CPI print is going to be, because I don't know, you don't know, none of us know. We're just gonna have to wait and find out. I do think things are set up bearishly. I do want to point this out. This is a potential head and shoulders formation going on right here. I just noticed that's what's going on with this, and this could be the neckline. That's something to pay attention to. And you also have this really slanted head and shoulders formation right here, and QQQ also, does look pretty rough with it. I'm just pointing that out. IWM does not look the best as well. What if this is just a head and shoulders formation right here? All of these don't look good. That is what I want to point out, all right? And I do also want to say right here, all right, you did end up bouncing off that, and with that touch point to that touch point, and then boom, boom, boom. All right, false breakdown right there. You caught it on the next day, and boom, you recovered it by the end of the day. So I think this is still a valid trend line. And what happened here is you tried getting back, you got underneath it, you tried getting back above it, and now you slam back underneath it. It just doesn't look good to me. None of this looks good. DIA also does not look good. What the heck is going on here, all right? This is a pretty ugly one, but it still has the same structure going on if you want to use something like that, or you want to use something like that. Regardless, it's the same, guys. I'm just saying. You got the bounce of the golden pocket, but you wanted to come back up here and break this high, or now we know that this could have been not a retracement, all right? This could have just been a dead cat bounce off of here because of your golden pocket here. And you come down and break the low, and then you're likely just coming straight down here. If you break this low right here, or you could use this level, you're probably coming down right here to 341 on DIA. All of these don't look the best to me. And it is going to depend on CPI. CPI can make these charts look extremely different. I'm just pointing that one out. But we're really just going to have to see. That is what I want to really say in this video. We are going to have to see what happened. Things don't look too good though. So I want to make that very clear. VIX, let's just check out VIX for the heck of it. You do have a hammer candlestick, unlike the shooting star candlesticks we saw on the indices. So that is also not the best look. Your RSI is sitting down here. So we were calling for up here and up here. We were saying, hey, if there is more upside over here on VIX and more downside in the indices, then it's not going to be that much. Luckily, we were right both of these times. All right. I don't know when these were. Actually, no, I do want to point out, we could put on, let's put on VIX. Let's overlap SPY. I want to point out I was actually not right on the first one. For the downside on the indices, VIX, I was right. For the downside on the indices, no. Not have been worse. How do I change this? Did I do that right? No, I did not. All right. Regardless, you got that going on right there. Can I like get these guys both together? Nah, because VIX doesn't go up. All right, so you got this going on over here, bottom over there. Here, now here was, you got like no bounce over here. I remember getting faked out over there. I don't know why. Okay, we could just move on. All right, move on. Let's talk about some tickers, all right? I'm going to bring up two right here. Tesla. I do want to point out, I don't think this move is up, all right? You had the same news except with Ford over here. This is something that we discussed in the weekly live stream that I said looked very nasty. And then we got the news. And then I was like, hey, this thing's going to have a really big day, and it's probably going to come straight into this golden pocket and could even push up to this 280 gap resistance right here, which aligns perfectly with the 0.786 fib, the top of the golden pocket. We got exactly that, but now we have a bearish Raymond candlestick with a shooting star as the second candle to this formation. That is not the best look. All right, you very much so can do something like this here. Maybe you're going to flip this support, this resistance into support, and maybe you do something like that. But if you do get a bounce here, you got to really clear all of this candlestick to be continuing higher. And then you're going to fill this gap, probably revisit 300 bucks. So that could be how that goes. Or you come back and revisit something like this, all right? Somewhere right around 260, maybe 250, 750-ish. And then you come like that, all right? But I do want to point out, all right, Tesla, when it really picks up, it really picks up. All right, so you just had really bullish news, in my personal opinion. We pointed out in the weekly live stream, which if you're new here, just know we do a live stream covering 10 plus setups going into the week every single Sunday. So stay tuned for that and put on notifications if you don't want to miss those. But yeah, over this little volume shelf thing you got going on here, this high volume zone you got, well, above there, you don't have much volume. So when you do move either underneath or above, you're going to get a quick move, just like underneath here. Let's just look at that. Boom. You just slice through everything like butter. You slice through this support like butter, and you came right back down to the next one. This was the support we were paying attention to. Guess what? You bounced right off of that, came to the previous support, now resistance, started consolidating under it in a bull flag manner. All right, I'm just saying Tesla has a very sexy chart. I don't think the upside is done, but now let's pay attention to this. If we're going to get a retracement and just go back up, well, where's the low of this previous run right here? Let's take out the bigger one. We know we just, seller stepped in right at the 0.786 fib. All right, if we are going to have a pullback here, let's see what retracements would align. Oh, the 0.618 is right here with our level that we're, seeing price dance with over here. And that was a previous support level over here. All right, so it's still relevant, but I am going to take it off. The zone does do everything justice here, and we can actually take off this level as well. That was what I was watching previously, but we don't need that. All right, so what do we got in this chart now? All right, if you come down and revisit this golden pocket, you're going to just back this pattern that you broke to the upside of, and I think you're probably going to find buyers step in, whether that level be right here at 256 260. All right, that zone, this heavily traded zone going on, we broke out before. It was support, then it was resistance, and now it likely is going to act as a demand zone. So that's something to be paying attention to. Watch for Tesla calls down there. If you are a bull, I'm personally a bull on this. But if things start going sideways, then, it's beat. All right. With that being said, I will catch you all in the next one. Everybody have a lovely rest of your day, and peace.